right, welcome. Yeah, welcome out there in virtual land. Once again, my name is Craig. I'm one of your recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center.
And my name is Mike, one of your recovery coaches at Capital Recovery Center. How everybody doing today?
Yeah. So while Mike is logging in on all the other social medias that we're connected to, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on today. Today we have been open since 8:30 a.m. this morning, and we'll be closing at 9 p.m. So if anybody needs any services, please let them know. And so, welcome to our coffee and conversation. We have changed the hours. We're doing it at 2 p.m. on Tuesdays, and at 5, live at 5, I like to call it, here at Capital Recovery Center. All these meetings are hybrid.
Yeah.
That means, for those who don't know,
you can come to this meeting or you can watch it virtually. Ooh, I like that.
It's a double back.
Yeah, we would love for you to come into our facility and check out the facility. And this is Capital Recovery Center. Remember, the facility is for you. This is for people who are in the facility, in our Cumberland County area. This facility was created for you, so you can have a nice, safe place to come without having some type of stigma attached to you. So this is a great place for you to come to. And our address is 72 North Pearl Street. 72 North Pearl Street. I'm going to put it on the screen for y'all, right?
And this is not a treatment facility or treatment center. This is an aftercare, continuum of care. And so it's a relaxed environment. It's a stress-free environment.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be, like Mike was saying. So feel free to come in. Don't kick your shoes off, but get comfortable.
Don't kick your shoes. You got to scan the fee at the door. Don't kick your shoes off.
You might want a cup of coffee, cup of Joe, John Wayne.
We got Wawa sandwiches for you too. If you get a little hungry, give out some Wawa sandwiches. I'm just excited. Can't you tell? Oh man, it's a beautiful day, man.
That's right.
So today is Tuesday. What else we got?
Live at 5 o'clock p.m. today, we're going to have our Men in Training MIT mentoring segment. Then at 7, we're going to have our gratitude at 7. So the ladies going to be here, and they are certified recovery coaches as well. And please join them. So also, don't forget this Thursday, we're going to have at 1 p.m. our hybrid meeting, all recovery meeting. That's going to take place this Thursday. All right. And also this Thursday, our robust Recovery on Wheels is going to be at Spirit and Truth Ministry, 700 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come out there for that. And that's about it.
That's all our Recovery on Wheel dates. We got a police station one coming up. No. Holiday.
That's a holiday.
That's right. All right, that's good. That's good.
Memorial Day.
This week came quick. Hey, listen. Also, remember all of these events and stuff that we're doing for Capital Recovery Center. We're gonna constantly, don't forget about our open house series. In June, we're gonna have an open house series, and our dates are, one moment, I got it right with you. Our dates for this recovery series will be June 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday, June 7th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, June 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And again, this is our Capital Recovery Center open house. Since due to COVID, we didn't really have an official open house. So my boss, with her great idea, came up with a recovery house, open house series, which is awesome because everybody works and everybody are going through different stages during their day. So she made 3 different opportunities for individuals to participate.
Wow.
So go to our Capital Recovery Center page. You can click the link or follow the flyer and you can register for that event. Even if you mess up with registration or whatever, you still are welcome to come on any of those dates. So you can look on all of our Facebook pages, Capital Recovery Center pages, Recovery on Will pages, and we're going to be promoting it periodically each day during the coming weeks leading up to each open house series. But we would love to see you come to Capital Recovery Center and check us out.
Now, everybody love, to eat food and love snacks. One of the things that we're going to try to do is have some type of food and beverage here, here at Capital Recovery. If it ain't nothing but a Wawa sound,
Something.
we're going to have something for you.
We will have light refreshments on those days.
Mm-hmm.
We will have ice cream.
All
right.
Sound
the
good.
ice cream truck will be there on Saturday for the kids. We have activities. We're going to ain't that like it having fun at work?
That's some good music.
That's some good music. Yeah, I love karaoke.
That's right.
Yeah, I might gotta that's the only area me and my boss battle in. She loves karaoke too. So me and her, we gotta get that karaoke machine.
That's right. That's right.
So what else we got here? That's it, right?
That's about it. We probably get
got a lot of announcements.
Yeah, we do. So we're gonna, if it's all right,
we're gonna get that.
We get into the segment, and so today's segment is talking about, I believe, is how to create a new life after drug addiction.
Good topic. Good topic.
Very good topic. And this article that we're reading from is from the recoveryvillage.com. We have to get on their props. And so you want me to start, Mike?
I'll go. It says how to create a new life after drug addiction. And the reason why this is powerful or this is very important is because when you're coming from an old lifestyle or way of doing things for so many years, a lot of individuals have been living that type of lifestyle, that addictive lifestyle, for so many years that they have to get accustomed to or learn how to transition into a new life. So it's very important. As you go through detox, rehab, and prepare to re-enter the world, it can be difficult to know what's next. For so long, your life has centered around drugs and alcohol, right? But when you have the opportunity to redo everything from scratch, it can be difficult to know how or where to begin. To help you stay sober, we've taken some common concerns about life after recovery and responded with advice from experts and people who have been in your shoes. That means peers.
That's right. Absolutely.
Peer recovery coaches. Peers.
Walk the walk.
Yeah.
Not only talk the talk, but walk the walk.
So do you know, if you don't know, this is literally a clinical observation, that you are the expert of you. The counselor, the recovery coach don't know more about you than you. Remember, the expert, you are the expert of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How? Go ahead.
Okay. It says, the first part talks about how can I repair the damage I've done at work? All right. It says when a substance use disorder has taken up your energy for a long period of time, it's possible that your job performance suffered. I can attest to that. Spending your time focused on work can give you a renewed sense of work and a way to fill your time. Remember, though, that being a workaholic can be unhealthy too. Unhelpful too. You can easily burn yourself out or become so stressed that you turn back to substance to cope. Also, if you became unemployed while you were using, look at the section titled, How Do You Find a Job After Entering Recovery? Yeah. And so those aspects, when I say I can attest to using and being employed, it affected my performance at work. But also, we can be burnt out. The article talks about burnout, workaholic.
Yeah.
Because now we're so constantly staying busy, because a lot of times we as those who are in recovery, if we allow boredom to set in, we try to do stuff. Yeah, we were relaxed. And so therefore we find ourselves always active, always busy, to keep our mind focused off, something new, challenging, as opposed to sitting there and dwelling on, should I have a drink?
And a lot of times that's birthed out of fear of relapse. So you think, I don't got nothing to do. I got to do something. Why? Because if I don't do something, I'm going to go through that. And it's not, after you grow to certain levels, you don't have to live with that mindset because that birth fear. You show fear of relaxing that you turn things into a workaholic. Yeah. And you can always tell when you cross the line to or entering into becoming a workaholic, how I've learned it from mentors or people more experienced than me at that time in that area. They said, whenever you notice that you're taking your work with you all weekend, like you might be off Saturday and Sunday, but the whole weekend was talked about work, right? And you might be off Wednesday or Thursday, but those Wednesdays and Thursdays when you're off, all you're talking about is work. It's work. So when you come back, watch this, pay attention. This is good knowledge, right? That's why you find individuals when they wake up and it's a Monday morning, they hate it. And the only reason why they hate that Monday morning is because they was never off. They worked all weekend.
They never get themselves a break.
So when Monday comes, they like, oh man, it's Monday. Because they've been thinking about, they became a workaholic all weekend. They've been thinking about things to do that they got to do during the course of their work week. And then when Monday comes, they like, oh man, it's Monday. See, I had that earlier in my career, but now I don't have it because I know once Saturday and Sunday comes, that's my rest period. I got to be able to regroup. I got to come back because when you're in the type of field where you're giving out, if you never regroup and fill back up, or sooner or later, burn out. You ain't gonna be able to stand. I can't stand my clients.
And it also can cause relationship issues as well. Yeah, that's true. You know, because now there's a conflict. You spend more of your activity
on work.
And
you robbing. So somebody gotta get you robbing somebody because we only get 24 hours a day. You're taking hours from something. So let's move on. Our next point is, where can I find a sense of community? It says group like AA, NA, Smart Recovery, Capital Recovery Center, Coffee and Conversation, all recovery meetings, mentor trainers can provide a solace and a feeling of community on a regular basis. This way you don't feel as if you're alone in your struggles or experiences. These groups will also help you find a sponsor, a mentor, recovery coach, someone to turn to when you're fighting cravings. Once you feel competent enough, you can also sponsor someone else, which many people find to be helpful with their own sobriety. I gotta be honest with you, that is one of the things that have started my process of transformation or recovery, however you want to term it. It was giving back to somebody else that kept me strong. Like, absolutely. I enjoyed the opportunity to help another man or another woman so much that I said, I want to do that tomorrow. Who can I help tomorrow? So when you feel competent enough, you can sponsor or mentor someone else, and people have found that this has been helpful for them to remain in sobriety. True story.
And so as like Mike was saying, there's a TC term, a therapeutic community term that says, in order for you to keep your sobriety, you have to give it away freely. Don't charge nobody. Do it freely. And one of the things you talk about, you always share with me, Mike, Miles Monroe, when he talked about leaders, you said it's oftentimes you must share the information. Right, so that they can go out and teach somebody else.
When you share it to them, the joy of mentorship is seeing the mentee doing the same thing you taught, instead of always being under the mentor. Where the mentor joy relationship sponsor recovery coach, it's still a mentorship relationship.
Some way, some
or facet is one person and another is the student and the teacher.
That's right.
Yeah, all the time. All right.
What kinds of activities can take the place of drugs in my life? That's a question that posed to me.
It's a good question. Answer that question in the chat or the comment section, anybody.
That's right. However, your whole life can't revolve around work and recovery. You also have to have fun, which is still possible without substances. A lot of people think that's impossible, but it is possible. All right, the article says, my idea of fun continues to change as I try different things and have new life experiences. I usually have the most fun with other people doing things like playing volleyball, listening to live music, going to bike rides, playing board games, going to improv shows or the movies, bonfires, swimming, and taking day trips out of town. I am able to have fun when I am alone too, doing things such as yoga, baking, and do-it-yourself craft. Ultimately, though, fun is about your attitude. I could probably have fun doing anything if I was with the right people and had a positive mindset or attitude.
The right people.
The right people.
Who you surround yourself with is very important. It says, though we can have fun, I could probably have fun doing anything if I was with the right people.
That's right.
You got to surround yourself with the right people. And also, he read up here, you also have to have fun, which is still possible without your substance. One of the hardest things I had to convince myself, this August, I'll be 13 years removed from my old life. But one of the hardest things I had to convince myself is that I can still have fun without using.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to say that was an easy hurdle. I'm just saying that most individuals have to convince themselves or have to embrace that part.
Yeah.
Like, I can still enjoy life.
Still can dance.
Yeah. I can still. Yeah. And then you notice you're able to have more finances too. Because once you're not spending it, you're not wasting it on nothing. Like I was just mentioning it to him, I don't mind spending money for stuff and I can see it.
Yeah.
Versus me spending it on getting drugs or substances and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to understand, you can still have fun. That's what one of the things that Capital Recovery Center builds on is try to show individuals that are in the field of recovery that you can actually have fun. That's why we be coming up with some type of activities. We're going to have things outside. Y'all going, hey, listen, we're going to be having a whole bunch of stuff.
Walk in the park.
The recovery walks.
Yeah. Did one in Bristol. Did one in Millville.
Yeah. So I might do a walk this Friday. I announce it for y'all. Come on out and join us. See how the weather permits.
Let's see what the bottom part of this article talks about.
All right.
It talks about a famous rapper.
What do you say?
It says the rapper Eminem also battled with a substance abuse disorder that centered around painkillers. After he went through detox and entered recovery, he had trouble sleeping without using drugs. Now, I didn't say this, the article says, all right? He began to run 17 miles per day and using exercise DVDs too. This approach could work for you as exercise creates the endorphins that substances once supply, and if you join a class of some sort, you have access to a new social circle.
Good stuff. New activities. You got to find different activities. What kind of activities? The question is on the screen. If you have any activities, put it in the comment section. What kind of activities can take the place of drugs in my life? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we have to understand, once we remove the substance from our life, the drugs, the alcohol, whatever the issue might be, when you remove it, you have to replace it with something positive without turning into a workaholic. That's good. Without you turning whatever, because a lot of times we lock on something, we go to the screen from one extreme to the next. We go to one extreme to the next.
All right, so moving along.
All right, I got this, me, right?
Yeah.
Let me put it up here. All right, next one. Do I need to drop my friends who use? All right, you still want to hold on, huh? All right.
Cut the cord.
Ultimately, this is your decision. You're the only one who can choose whether or not it's in your best interest to spend time with people who continue to use. But bear in mind that a third of a person in recovery relapse due to the pressure from others. So it's very important. Remember, we just read that somewhere about if I was with the right people.
The right people.
Now we're talking about, do I need to drop my friends who use? Well, are they the right people that you should be hanging with?
Yeah.
People who know you're in recovery and continue to offer you substance do not have the best interest at heart. No matter who they are, how long I knew them, if they offer me something and they know that I don't do that, then they're not the right people to be around. I don't care how long you knew them.
Run away from them.
Quick.
As fast as possible.
Yeah. And if they rode you where you are, call Uber. Get another ride.
Absolutely.
Also remember that the people who still use might not like that you're in recovery. Don't let that shock you, child of God.
Right.
They might feel rejected or guilty, and dealers won't want to lose your business. If you do decide to keep seeing people who use, there are certain facts to keep in mind and certain skills you'll have to practice. People who you know you're in recovery and continue to offer you substance do not have your best interest at heart. Repeat. Now, learn how to say no immediately and convincingly. That's almost
stand your ground.
It's almost convincing. You convince them to the point you might have to use one of your repent days. They said convince you. You tell them, man, get. You might have to use one of your. I don't know how many you got left, but you might be using one of your new mercy, new morning. Hey, practice saying no with a loved one in a way that doesn't invite follow-up questions, as in maybe later, or I can't. I'm on medication. Change the subject so the conversation don't remain on drugs. So these are some great keys right here, man. Listen, I'm gonna put the link to this lesson in the comment section to everybody who watched this video, and you can get it for yourself, because these are some very powerful points and keys that you can use, that we all can use, like that.
Yeah.
Especially practice saying no. I actually got to be honest, I ain't got that problem with, but there are a lot of individuals who have an issue of saying no.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not an expert at it, but I think a lot of times people who have the issue of saying no believes that the relationship will change if they said no in any area. Like whatever relationship we have, if I tell this person no, the relationship's gonna change. Now, this is how my mentor taught me. If I can't tell you no, Michael, without our relationship change, then we don't have a good relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that.
So practice saying no with one of your family members, especially if somebody's offering you something that you're trying to stay away from. And again, when all else fails, if you don't have the ability to say no, you have the ability to leave. So think about that. We talked about the rapper right there. We're gonna skip. We can go next.
All right, we go to the next one. It says, how do you find a job after entering recovery?
Come on.
If you're intimidated by the idea of trying to find a job after rehab, there's less you have to worry about than you think. Know that the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Rehabilitation Act keep most employers from refusing to hire anyone because they're in treatment or in recovery from a substance use disorder, unless the disorder would prevent the applicant from performing their job safely and competently. And so, therefore, there's laws out there to protect us from anyone discriminating against us.
Yeah.
But the employer do have the right to disbar anyone.
That's right.
Who they feel that, especially a machine operator.
Yeah. That's how I lost my job. I was a machine operator, but I was addicted to heroin. He said, Mike, you good at what you do. Yeah. He said, you're a good worker, but I can't have you kill nobody, man. I said, how I'm gonna kill you? He said, what if you got somebody in the air and you're not out? I said, yo, I never even thought about that. I was a machine operator that lifted people up, drive, and you gotta understand, that employer was not only looking for his business, but he was also looking out for other individuals.
livelihood of others.
So don't take it personal. That's what I'm trying to get to.
That's right.
Don't take it personal. They let you go.
Mhm. Furthermore, employers are not permitted to ask whether or not a job applicant has ever abused substances,
Sure.
has had a substance abuse disorder, or has been in through rehab. However, an employer can rescind an offer of employment based on a positive drug screen. So be sure that you're going into a job interview with a clean record or paperwork noting the reason for any potentially positive results. You also have the right to take medical leave for substance abuse treatment if you need it under the Family Medical Leave Act. But you must have been worked for a covered employer for at least 12 months and worked at least 1,250 hours in that time. Your employer also has to provide reasonable accommodation to help you with recovery alongside your job, including making a schedule that allows you to attend treatment. These laws only apply if you're not currently using substances, so staying sober is key.
That's funny because I was talking to someone, one of my friends. I got so many, y'all won't know what I'm talking about. But it says, I had called him and he still was struggling with whatever substance. And I said, you can go to your employer, and you can take a leave. He said, I can't do that, man. I said, you can. So they got a law now, they want to try to help. He said, I already used it. I was on my phone cracking up. I said, what? He said, man, I go to my boss this time. He said, man, you already used that excuse. He said you already used this leave. I said, wow, man. I said, yo, that is so, I thought it was so funny. He said, and so I said, so you knew about it, huh? Yeah. He said, yeah, I know all about that new law.
Just when you thought you heard it all.
Yeah. Hey, man, but if you need help, prayerfully, go to your employer. I will go to them and tell them about your situation and see about getting help. Always call Capital Recovery Center. Let me give y'all the number here. Y'all can always call us and we can help you out, refer you to different facilities that help you with your substance issue. All right?
Yeah, because in the article it didn't say if you could use this Family Medical Leave Act twice or not.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just know my friend said he used it once and he wasn't going back to his boss. I was cracking up. He said, man, I used that already. I said, well, all right. So you're familiar with it, huh? Okay. How do you repair your relationship? This is a touchy one. Yeah. When you have a substance use disorder, your relationship, romantic or otherwise, will suffer. To mend them in your time of recovery, consider involving your loved ones in your treatment. Family session. Shameless plug. Family session is one of the important ingredients in your recovery process that every person should try to make a part of their treatment. If you in treatment, talk to your counselor about getting a family session, because what I've learned, my wife wasn't educated on what I was going through, but once she went to family type sessions, she was able to better help me in my process, not only me, but help herself and both of us, because she had a family session or somebody to talk from her perspective. Because remember, if you're the person that's using, you see things from your perspective. So you're not looking from that perspective. So you got to understand. All right. It says studies have shown that people living in such a house for a long period of time, between 15 and 17 months, saw a higher attendance in educational settings. More days spent working and more days spent taking necessary medications. Other studies have shown that the better your life and recovery is, the less likely you are to relapse. This is proven fact. I can prove that. I can prove that in my own life. Now that you know what has worked for others, you can apply, big word right there, apply it to your own life. I was talking with Craig, I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple of days ago, and we was talking about a gentleman, and we said he know it. That's not the problem, what he know. It's applying what he know. Yeah. So a lot of times it says you can apply it to your own life. It's the application of what you know. You might know way more than me, right? in the area of addiction, right? But if you're still currently using, then you're not even applying what you know to your life to better get a better outcome. And that's not saying we know more than you. It's just saying that we are actually applying the information we know.
Yep.
That's the only difference between individuals who are currently continuing to use now and those who are walking the recovery process. The individuals who are walking in the recovery process are applying what they know, and the person that's continuing to use is not. They're not, they know it,
Yeah.
but they're not applying it. Although life past addictions can be intimidating, hopefully now you can move forward with improved confidence, ready to fill your blank slate with new meaning.
When you said you was at Bible study,
Huh?
and the lady gave y'all a piece of paper, and you said, "What was this for?"
It's clean slate.
Clean slate.
Yeah.
This article talks about filling your blank slate with new meaning. So that means, once you come out of certain environments, get yourself back in order, you got a
Clean slate. She gave us a blank piece of paper. I said, Bible study with a blank piece of paper. I said, I'm going to learn this one. We got to the end. She says, that paper, put your name on it. What is that blank piece of paper for? She said, you start off with a clean slate. I said, that's good.
It's heavy.
That's good. So in recovery is the exact same way. When you start applying what you know, you're starting with a clean slate and you move into the transition into the next part of your recovery process.
Absolutely.
All right, man. So we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Coffee and Conversation. Remember, y'all can always come here. We're here till 9 o'clock. Come out front, man. I'll be out front, man. I'm waiting for you. Stop in, come get some literature, come check out the place, and we would love to see you at our meeting. We have a meeting at 5 o'clock on Gratitude Tuesdays at 5 p.m. All right?
At 7. Gratitude.
7 o'clock. At 5 p.m. we had the MIT meeting.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been fun, everyone.
It's been fun, everyone. I'm gonna coin that. I give them